Welcome, everyone. We just want to thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. If you're watching this, it's because somebody cared enough about you to share this with you. They want you to hear about our wonderful health and wellness products and why this business is the opportunity of a lifetime. So for the next 20 minutes, you are going to hear a little bit of insight and some stories about how these products have just changed our lives. So I want you to just sit back and enjoy a few amazing stories tonight. So for me, I just used to be such a tired, exhausted mom. I was the epitome of tired. I needed to nap every single afternoon with my boys, or else I just couldn't function. I struggled with chronic fatigue most of my life. And everyone who knows me knows that I was a napper. So much so that even one of my roommates in college made a whole collage about all the places that I'd fallen asleep because I was always napping. And so there just really wasn't enough coffee in the world to help the kind of exhaustion that I was dealing with. And I just thought that this was normal. I had accepted that this was just a way of life and that I would always be tired. And then after I had my second son, the exhaustion was just unbearable and I knew that something needed to change. I was desperate to feel better. And I was amazed when I learned the connection between fatigue and gut health. So I'm going to share with you guys tonight some of the products that are the cornerstone of Plexus that have really just truly been life-changing for me and my family. So now that I told you a little bit about my story, I want to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Megan Milakovic. I have a degree in health promotions and I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And all that means is that I am super passionate about helping others be the best version of themselves. And we do that by addressing gut health issues. Plexus truly is a premier gut health company. We say that when you have a healthier gut, you have a happier you. So the three main products that Plexus recommends everyone start with is called the Triplex. And it is my favorite combination because it targets root issues that just cause chaos in our bodies. So the top three health issues that people have can really be traced back to blood sugar instability, gut health, and inflammation. And our Plexus Triplex targets all three of those issues. So the first one I want to talk to you about is our Plexus Slim. It comes in this little packet. And it's super simple. You just mix it in water, you shake it up, and you can take it with you on the go. I know most of us live really busy, crazy lives, and I love that this system is so simple and you can just take it with you on the go. So a little bit more about the Slim. It helps to balance your blood sugars. It helps to give you healthy lipid levels and cholesterol levels. My husband, here, this is Phil. He has been a type 2 diabetic for the last 10 years, and through diet, exercise, and taking Plexus, he has been able to come off all of his diabetic medication, which is huge.
On top of that, I used to be on 7 different medications this time last year, including anxiety, cholesterol, and obviously diabetes. And now I can say I'm only on 3 medications. So to say these products have changed my life is a complete understatement.
Yes. So like I said, we're super passionate about sharing these products just because we've seen how much they've changed our lives. And part of that with him being a diabetic is that this little pink drink helps to balance your blood sugar because of the chromium in it. It's what's helped me not crash in the afternoons anymore because my blood sugar is balanced. I just have this clean, sustained energy that keeps me going throughout the day. It also helps to decrease your sugar cravings, helps you with better sleep. It helps to increase your energy. And what I love about it is that our Slim has a prebiotic in it. So like I was saying before, Plexus is at the cutting edge when it comes to gut health. And prebiotics just simply means that it is food for the good bacteria in your gut, which is really important for your gut health. The next product I'm going to talk to you about is our ProBio 5. And this is our little, sorry, it's hard to see with the light. This is our little Ninja, our Ninja probiotic. And it has, not only does it have 5 strains of good bacteria to put inside of our gut, but it also has an antifungal. And if your probiotic doesn't have that, then it's lacking. And so ours is the full package. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about why this is so important for your probiotic to have an antifungal in it. So all of us are born with just a little bit of Candida yeast. And a lot of people haven't heard of that before, but everybody's born with it, and its job is to decompose our bodies when we pass away. And this can just get overgrown because of antibiotics, because of sugar, because of carbs, and all those things, basically the American diet. And so because of those things, this Candida yeast just gets overgrown, and it has a hard outer shell. I'll try not to get too nerdy for you guys. That's my degree coming out. So it has just a little bit of a hard outer shell on the outside, and you need an antifungal to come in there and break that down and get all that junk out of your system. And so that's where our BioCleanse comes along, and this is probably one of my favorites. We always say that Plexus people are not afraid to talk about poop, and it's true because it's so important. If you are eating 2 to 3 times a day and you are not using the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day, then we need to talk because there's a problem. So don't worry. This cleanse is super gentle. It's full of magnesium, vitamin C. It's just going to come through and just gently sweep out all that junk that we just broke down from the probiotic. It helps to oxygenate your body, and it helps draw water into the colon. And it is White Pants approved, so it's not going to make you run to the bathroom. Okay, so that's
and I love some white pants.
Yeah.
For me to wear.
Yeah, it looks great in them. So that's just a little bit about our Plexus Triplex. And now I'm going to pass it over to Caitlin, and she's going to share with you a little bit about her story with Plexus. Her testimony is amazing. You're good.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caitlin Morlino. I'm a Gold Ambassador with Plexus. I have been totally bamboozled by Plexus. It was nothing I saw coming, and I am so thankful every day to Megan for sharing with me. 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis after having symptoms for 6 years. So struggling for 6 years, finally coming to the acceptance of what I had, and then finding out that the medication I was going to need kind of was a downer. I thought once I knew what was wrong, I would be okay, but I wasn't. So I was on a steroid for the 2 years every day. And then they were supposed to up my medication, but we wanted to try and get pregnant, which we did. And we now have a 7-month-old baby girl. I stopped my medication when I had her because I had gone into remission while pregnant, and they wanted to see if it was going to hold. 3 weeks after having her, I soon found out that was not true. I could not get up out of the rocker by myself. I'd have to like hand her off to be able to get up. In the middle of the night, I'd have to use the furniture as a crutch to get to her. And crazy, it took me like 3 days to realize what was wrong with me, because I had felt so good for so long being pregnant. I was like, why do I feel like this? And then I was like, oh no. So I went almost 2 months like that with no medication. I was getting ready literally within like 3 weeks to head back to the rheumatologist to start methotrexate, which is basically just a form of chemo to help control my symptoms. And my husband was like, that's not an option for you. That's not an option for our family. We need to do something else. So I talked to Megan because I was a tired mom at that point with a newborn. And I had seen her post about not napping, and I was like, well, I did not know that it was going to help my RA at all. So I started Plexus. And I had pretty fast results, which is not typical for everyone. And it was like little stuff here and there. So I have not taken any medication since I had my daughter. And I have not felt this good in like since 10 years, like since high school. When I was on my medication, I felt like I lived on a different planet than everybody else. I was in a fog constantly. Even on medication, there was days I couldn't get out of bed, and I didn't want my daughter to remember a mom that was on the couch or the mom that was in pain. So being able to use the triplex, and I do take a couple of our other products. I take Ease. That is one of my favorite things. It has totally changed my life. I'm just wide awake, ready to go in the morning. I'm not limping around the house like I'm 80. And I think my husband would agree that my attitude is a little bit better because I'm not in pain all the time. I work with the public, and I've had so many people say, like, you look like you feel better. And I do. It is such a blessing what Plexus has done for me, and I couldn't keep my mouth shut. So I would say like 2.5 weeks after doing Plexus, I was like, if I feel this good, there's other people out there that feel worse than me that need this stuff. Like at that point, I was like, I know what I'm taking, but I kind of don't know what I'm taking. I'm telling everyone they need this pink drink. So I slapped a Facebook post up about like, hey, look what I got. I feel great. So Megan messaged me and was like, what are you doing? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you just made a Facebook post. And I was like, yeah, I feel great. And she was like, oh, okay, well then we need to talk. So I'm like, there's a business to this? What do you mean? And I was like, I don't need another job. I don't need something else to do. I own a hair salon. I have a newborn. I'm a wife. I have a house. I don't want something. And she's like, yeah, no, okay. So we talk. I start to hear more about this. And not only have the products changed my life at this point, but the business side of things, it is the easiest job you will ever have because you literally just tell people what these products have done for your life. And you just want to share with them the positivity that they've had. And the financial end of things in Plexus has totally changed my family's life. I am so grateful for the products, and we are beyond blessed financially from Plexus now. And that was the second part of Plexus I never saw coming, but so thankful. So I'm glad that you.
You got to get off the Wi-Fi. All right, guys, can you hear us?
Yes, you're all good. Yep.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
You're good.
Our internet went a little
Just cut
haywire.
out on us.
So, did you hand it back over to me, Caitlin?
Yep, you are all good. Ready to go, Phil.
Well, guys, my name is Phil Milakovic, and I have the pleasure of being the husband of this rock star over here. So one of the things that makes us such a good team is the ability for us to tag team. And one thing Megan does is she knows the products backwards and forward. And I know the compensation plan and the business side of Plexus. That is why she wanted me to come and talk to you guys, because I feel that there's a lot of people out there who don't really understand that there's 11 ways to make money in Plexus. And like Caitlin, they don't understand that by signing people up, Plexus will just keep sending you money. So I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Caitlin's story, because that's really how amazing the business side of Plexus works. is Caitlin said multiple times, I don't want to do the business. I'm just going to share a little bit here and there of how the products has really helped me. And then Caitlin went silver. And the month she went silver, there was a double bonus for silver. And so she got almost $300 that month just by signing up 3 people. And she came back to us and said, wait a second, I keep getting paid and I'm not really doing this. Could you imagine what would happen if I do Plexus and actually really try what could happen? And that's kind of how it all started for her. And but how it all started for us was when we were taking the products for about 3 to 4 months, and is when Megan was able to start going on walks with the family. And when I got off my medication is when we really said, okay, we're sitting on something here that we just have to share. And then being an entrepreneur and being a business owner myself, I looked at the compensation plan and said, okay, let's see what it would take to get paid here. And that's when I saw one of the most generous compensation plans I've ever seen. And I said to my wife, you're going to have to do this and we're going to go all in. So at about 4 to 5 people, I actually sent her out to Las Vegas for convention. And so it's kind of funny to think that just 6 months ago, we went from 4 to 5 people to now we have over 210 people on our team. And that it's just amazing. And guys, if you know my wife, and Caitlin does, and some other people do, you would know if my wife can do this, pretty much anyone can. Because when we first got married, she told me, I'm not going to work. I'm just going to be a stay-at-home mom, and you're going to have to be okay with that. First, it should have been my first clue, but I didn't heed it. I kept going and married her, but she wasn't joking. She was not going to work. And it was just here about 6 months ago is when she really started to do this. And how it all started for us is I own my own marketing firm, and I do digital marketing for multiple universities, colleges, and other small businesses. And what was happening is I was taking jobs I just didn't want to take, but I needed to take because we needed to be able to provide for our family. And that's when Megan said, I'm tired of you being up till 2, 3 in the morning. I'm tired of you constantly being abused by your clients. And I'm tired of you just being tired and not being with the family. And so Megan decided to do the business. And guys, just to give you an idea, an average silver ambassador makes around $420 a month. An average gold ambassador makes about $1,000 a month. And that's what we were looking at. We're like, wow, if we could just add an additional $500,000 to our bank account every month, that would really, put us in a place where I may not have to take a certain client or do this or do that. And now, guys, my wife is a Ruby, and the average income for a Ruby is around $3,000 a month. And then it just climbs from there. A senior Ruby, which is the next rank that my wife is going after, is almost $4,500. An Emerald is almost $10,000 a month. Guys, this business has the opportunity and it has the ability to change your life, both with your health, but also financially. And that's the most amazing thing about this. Now, I want to make sure we do discuss, my wife does work.
I do but I enjoy it.
And there is work involved. But I will tell you what, the simplicity of what she does, it has really changed our life immensely. So I just wanted to share with you a little bit about that. I really recommend you talk to whoever invited you onto this video. If you don't know what silver is, talk to them. Or if you're pushing for gold, talk to them. Because the opportunity to change your life and get out of the financial hardship that you may be in, or if you're like Caitlin and didn't need the money, but all of a sudden you now have money coming from different avenues, you could weather storms that you may not have predicted. And so I highly recommend you talk about it because this business and this product has both changed our lives, health and financially. So thank you.
Yeah, we have a saying in Plexus, what if this could change everything? And we truly believe that these products and this business opportunity have the ability to completely change your life. And so like Phil said, we just want to encourage you to get back with whoever invited you on this call tonight. Do not go to bed without having those questions answered. And we just want to thank you so much just for taking the time to jump on this call with us tonight. And we hope that you have a great night.